Shalom, and all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach.
A double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson is going to be entitled what we do know about the elect, or regarding the elect. All right, because hey, at the end of the day, the Most High has customized our journey. Okay, certain brothers have to go through similar situations, certain brothers have to go through different situations, but we're still one body, and we still have that mindset of Yahweh Shai. Now, the Most High doesn't care if you tall, you short, you muscular, you fat, you're in the suburbs, or if you're in the hood. He don't give a damn about that, man. All he cares about at this time frame is the elect, and that's how our mind should be. It shouldn't matter, what type of job a brother has, or the circumstances this brother has, or where he's living at, because the Most High has scattered Israel throughout the four corners of the earth. And at the same time frame, you can liken that to Israelites being scattered throughout the United States. So brothers in the hood gonna be saved, brothers in the suburbs gonna be saved. But the most important thing is we need to generalize the elect. It doesn't matter where they at, just the elect. Everything should be for the elect's sake. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 20. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Lord.
Hey, please read that again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and 20.
That's right.
And the Redeemer.
Hey, the Redeemer is Yahweh Shai, all right? Go ahead.
Shall come to Zion.
Yeah, Zion is it's a people before it's a place, all right? And who is he going to redeem? The elect. Go ahead.
And unto them that turn from transgression.
Because these individuals are the only ones are going to return from their transgression. Why? Because they're going to have a contrite spirit, man. All right, so Yahweh Shai don't give a damn about where these locations, these Akim are at. He just cares about the elect. Go ahead, bro.
And it said, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said the Lord.
Said the Lord. So the word is Yahweh Shai, all right? But Yahweh Shai mindset is delivering the elect wherever they might be.
And that's one of the things we do know about the elect, that the elect is going to turn from their transgression, man. They're going to stop celebrating Christmas. They're going to stop going to these pagan churches, man, these plantation Christianity, and they're going to become that new creature, man.
That's right, bro.
They're going to forsake their old man, man, to become a completely new creature, man.
Hey, get 1 Corinthians, or get 2 Corinthians 5 and 17, since you brought that out. All right. You got some, Scott? Yeah. All right. 2001, Ashiar? All right, somebody get Isaiah 45 and 4, and let's just get a definition of the elect, meaning who they might be. All right?
You won't get that
Yeah,
first.
go bring yours out first.
Okay, come. This is 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature.
Like, he is a new creature, and the reason why he's a new creature because he's been born again, man. All right, so you have that type of mindset about your locations when you're caught up in this world, westernized, or like the brother Ayash likes to get into, if you're in depth with the black culture. But as a man of the Lord, that don't mean nothing, whether you from the north side, south side, whether you from the country, whether you from the west, whether you from the east. All of this shit is Esau's, man, because he is the God of this world, man. And prove me wrong.
And them distractions would throw you off.
Yeah.
Had you attached to some shit that ain't even real, really.
And you know what? And it goes back. You really can go trace it back to Willie Lynch. You know how he had the light-skinned Negro hating the black. I mean the dark-skinned.
Right.
All right, the Negro with the wavy hair.
Right, like long as it's some shit that separates you from
Yeah.
As long as y'all ain't together, as long as y'all ain't all together.
That's right. That's right. Because even if you look into the first Planet of the Apes, it shows you where Caesar had one stick and it was easily broken. But then when he had it collectively, he tried to break them. He said, see, it's strong.
Right.
So unified as a nation, we're strong. That's the reason why he throws these divisions within our nation, such as Judah, such as Lawyer, such as Ephraim, such as Asher, so on and so forth. But he also knows if he keeps the two kingdoms split, his kingdom, which is our captivity, is prolonged. Was that it, bro?
No,
Go ahead.
It
Go
said
ahead.
all things are passed away.
All things are passed away, meaning the former things, really going into that former mindset. All right, go ahead.
Behold, all things are become new.
All things are become new, man, because you are a new creature. Through that new mindset, because of that living water, man, has made you alive. It has given you life from the congregation of the dead, man.
Now it's about the house of David, man, which consists of all 12 tribes, man. You know, so you're not focused on the demographic. You know, you're not focused, you know, on people you grew up with.
That's
You
right.
know, you're not focused on this one type of Israelite, man. You know, it's in this one certain situation. You care about the house of David, no matter where they come from, man.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. You had Isaiah 4?
Yeah, Isaiah 45:4.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "For Jacob my servant sake, and Israel mine elect."
Israel is the elect. All right. And at this time frame, 144,000 men out of each tribe, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. All right. And then you're going to have that mixed multitude, which are Israelites as well. Go ahead, bro.
I have even called thee by thy name.
Right. So he has called thee by thy name, all right? All right, somebody get Baruch chapter 4, verse 36 through 37.
I got one.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Hosea 5:15.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go and return to my place
And this is Yahweh Bashem al-Shah talking.
to acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
Right, until they acknowledge their offense. So only the elect is going to do that. 2/3 of our people is not going to do that because they're consumed with the fashion of this world, all right? Which is going into the image of the beast, but is disguised as the American dream.
Come.
All our people care about is thriving in this society, whether it's for home ownership, whether it's for love, whether it's for the family, pets, the car, so on and so forth. All right, go ahead, bro.
And seek my face.
And seek my face, meaning what's the face? The Holy Spirit, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem al-Shai. All right, so that's what that meant when Esau, Salakin, when Cain basically was inquiring about the Most High's face. You know, how did the Most High hide his face from Cain? Basically, he never would give him that Holy Spirit, man. Everything is spiritual, man. All right, you got something else to tell me?
And their affliction, they would seek me early.
Yeah, that affliction, that fire. All right, that's why the scriptures say you're gonna be baptized with water and with fire. All right, the water represents the word, and the fire represents the afflictions you go through. All right, got something?
Yeah, I got some.
Go ahead, bro. Bring it up. Get Baruch. You can break it down. Get Baruch, chapter 4, 36 to 37.
This the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 40. It said, "If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespass against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them in the land of their enemies in their uncircumcised hearts." It said, like, if then their uncircumcised hearts be humble, and they then and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity. So that's going into the traits of the elect, man. All right, they're going to come to the realization, all right, that we've been committing iniquity and sin against Yahweh Bashem al-Shai, man. You know, we're going to confess that our father was going off, man, which means our generation of old, man, our parents, our grandparents, and their parents. They was all going off, man.
That's right.
And we confessed it to the Lord, man, by our actions, man.
That's right. Only the elect is gonna have this type of behavior, man.
And then it said that their uncircumcised hearts be humble, which is their mind, man. You know, uncircumcised in the mind, man, because we was all doing, we were living, you know, on our own lust, man, on our own vain opinion, man. You know, we didn't have no structure, man.
That's right.
You know, but the elect are gonna come back and humble themselves. One of the key traits of the elect is how humble they gonna be, man.
And this is what we know regarding the elect. Not per se how they gonna look, you know, or where they're gonna be at, but these going by the Spirit, utilizing their behaviors, man, their actions,
Their characteristics.
their characteristics, man.
Verse 42. Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land, man. You know, so through us humbling down, confessing our sins, and and striving, for obedience, to the best of our ability, man, the Lord is gonna remember His covenant, man. And the elect are going to do that in some form, in somewhere along the line during their life, man.
That's right. That's right.
Got an example,
Go ahead,
it's
bro.
in Acts 9:1.
Mm-hmm.
And Saul, yet breathing out of threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of him letters to Damascus to the synagogue, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came to Damascus, and suddenly there shined around about him a light from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, Yahushua, whom thou persecutest, it is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
So this was an Apostle Paul had letters, when he was persecuting the Christians, man. He was going to Damascus, to do roundups, man. To get permission, from the higher ups of the Pharisees and Sadducees, man. To persecute certain other Christians, man. The ones that believe, the Israelites that believed in Yahushua, what they would say was Christians then, man. But off saying the believers, man. But on his way, all right, he ran into Yahushua, man. So the Apostle Paul, he had the zeal, but he had the knowledge, man. Go ahead, bro.
Jump to the point, he got blind through his journey. And so he's supposed to be going to a street called Straight and meet with this guy named Ananias. And so it said verse 12, and he had seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him that he might receive his sight. Then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he had done to thy saints in Jerusalem. And here he have authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on thy name. But the Lord said to him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel.
And that's why the Apostle Paul, was so diligent, man. All right, because the scripture tell you, Yahushua gave the parable, talking about Mary Magdalene, and he was talking about, he gave an example, if the Lord, all right, if the Lord, over debt, forgive someone over debt of $50, then forgive another person over debt of $500, which one is going to love their Lord the most, man? And Israelites said the one that was forgiven of $500, man. And that's how it was with us, man. We realized that we had a lot to pay for, man. So that's why brothers are diligent, man. Just like the Apostle Paul, man. They returned. Apostle Paul, he returned, man. He repented of his wickedness, and he started scribing in the name of Yahushua to their full obedience, man.
He had a different, pretty much a different background from the rest of the apostles, and how it says that, the Lord really didn't see that all the actions that he was doing to his saints. He knew his spirit from the, pretty much from the very beginning of the foundation of the earth, man, because he was part of the elect.
Right.
So Yahushua already knew that he was going to pick him, and just because he was doing all that killing things as such, Yahushua still chose him as a chosen vessel.
That's right. Because the Most High had gave Apostle Paul to Yahushua, man. And think about the magnitude of this. Like Yahushua came from, what would you say, like your low income, right? Per se. And then look at Apostle Paul. He had all that educational background, which, the clout and things of that nature. So it goes to show you that the Most High still worked with both individuals, man. One came from a more so impoverished neck of the woods, and it appeared that Apostle Paul probably had like a little wealth.
When Paul Roman?
He was a Roman citizen.
You know what I'm saying? So, they probably had money in Rome, you know what I'm saying? So, it go both ways, Some poor, some not poor.
That's right.
He was a doctor of the law, too.
Yeah.
That's right. He was under the foot, which are the instructions of the millionaire. All right.
He would have been like he would have been like someone who would go to a prestige college of the day, because he knew different languages, he knew sports events, he was very intellectual, he knew how to talk to the kings,
Yeah. That's right. I get that, Baruch, chapter 4, bro. You got some yours on?
Okay.
And in Baruch 4:36, O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, And behold, the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Lo, thy son come, whom thou sentest away. They come and get together from the east to the west.
Yeah, they come gather from the east to the west. All right, by the line spoken of in Psalms 19, Psalm chapter 19, man. All right, so the elect is gonna be everywhere throughout the world, man. It only makes sense. All right, now we know that we America is that main hub of wickedness. All right, but at the same time frame, the elect are scattered throughout the world, man. All right, so it's not about your location. It's about if you are the elect or not. And Akim should generalize their term, man. Stop speaking to brothers in the suburbs or brothers from wherever your background is. It don't matter to the Most High. Like the brother,
election state.
it's for the election's sake, man. All right, tell some more.
To the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
That's right, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High, man. So the Most High gives you that spirit to understand using YouTube through a teacher, which is a preacher, which is a prophet. All right.
And it's an information highway.
Mhm.
They say take it to the highways and the byways.
There you go. There you go.
That's a highway.
Mm-hmm. All right, bro.
This Matthew 24 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
It say, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be
this gospel,
preached.
which means it has to be just one truth because it's saying this gospel. Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
And what's the term of preach means to declare before it? All nations. Why? Because the elect are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Going back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Why? Because we committed spiritual fornications against the Most High, and that is the consequence for that action. That's it, bro.
It says, and then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come, man. Because the Most High cares about his elect scattered throughout all the four corners of the earth. A generalized term. But this generalized term has specifications and different characteristics, identifying these individuals by who they are based on, like the Aqua was saying about their behavior, man. All right?
Isaiah 51:14.
Yeah.
It's the book Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose.
Hey, the captive is actually going into the elect. All right. Why does he want to be loose? Because he's awakened, man. He understands that, hey, he's in captivity, man. All right. 2/3 of our people don't understand that they're in captivity. They don't know. They know shit fucked up.
Yeah.
They know they gotta do whatever they gotta do to get out of it, whether it's hustling or scheming up the corporate ladder of Esau. But they just know that, hey, we got to do something to get up out. But the elect know, hey, you have to have a spiritual route in order to be redeemed, man.
The scripture say, pressure make a wise man mad.
That's right, bro.
So much knowledge you gain is true, the more sorrowful you're going to be.
And they don't got no understanding of the truth. They get more tangible things like cars, clothes, and houses and shit, and then they still be feeling empty at the end.
Yeah.
They like, shit, I got all this shit and I ain't made it to, I still ain't when I feel like I'm at the top, you know?
That's a great point, because you know what they're doing? They're utilizing those materialistics for their comforters. And how we run back through the spirit Yahweh Shem Al to the scriptures, they have to go through it, like you said, that tangible
right.
So it feels good for 5 or 10 minutes.
Right. So when you get around the other J's that don't know shit,
yeah,
pull up on them and you be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll feel good then, but at the same time, that ain't helping your spirit. You ain't feeding nothing but vanity or whatever.
Yeah.
That's most of Jake you see across the word.
Yeah, because within you're spiritually dying, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
It's back in Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit.
That pit is actually going into the system, man. The system of the elite bankers, man. Identified as the Edomites, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
Nor that his bread shall fail.
Nor that his bread shall fail, man. But at the end of the day, hey, from a spiritual aspect, we know our bread is not going to fail, man, because we have that holy bread, man. That manna came from heaven, which is Yahweh Shai. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This Hebrews 13 and 14.
You going into the continuous city?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It said, for here have we no continuing city.
Right, because we understand that the fashion of this world is going to pass away, man.
But we seek one to come.
And that's the kingdom of heaven, man, when everything is everlasting, man. All right? A couple more scriptures. Get Revelation 7 and 9. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, you got it. We'll get Zechariah 13 and Zechariah 13 and 9.
Got some linking up to Revelation 7 and 9.
Okay.
Just prove different backgrounds. This Galatians 1 and 1. Paul, an apostle, not of men, neither by man, but by Yahushua, and the Most High, the Father, who raised him from the dead, and all the brethren which are with me unto the churches of Galatia. And you go to Colossians 1 and 1. It said, Paul, an apostle of Yahushua, by the will of the Most High, and Timotheus, our brother, to the saints and faithful brethren in Yahushua, which are at Colossus, grace be unto you, and peace from the Most High Father and the Lord Yahushua. Now, these different brothers from different backgrounds, but they all pretty much the same unity in Yahushua. You know, let's compare it to us right now. You got brothers in Louisiana, Georgia, New York, you know, Hawaii, all across the four corners of the earth. But we still in the name, pushing the vibration of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Beautiful.
You know?
You had the Revelation?
Yeah, so that links up with Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Right. And then you can also link that up with what Jeremiah the 12th chapter, talking about how the Most High's heritage is a spoken bird. Look at Revelation 7 and 9 now. All right, because hey, you're gonna have Israelites looking like Moabites and Ammonites and Elamites and what's another nation? Hamites and so on and so forth, man, speaking their languages, but at the same time frame, when you strip them from their flesh, when they get those spiritual body, I mean that celestial, that extra celestial body, man, hey, they're gonna look like they supposed to look like, man. And for all we know, we don't really know how we supposed to look like, man. All right.
That's dope right there for the Most High to do that, man. You know, everybody consists of the nation. Israel consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and African Americans. But you're gonna have like Israelites looking like the other nations coming into this, man.
Yeah.
It's very spiritual, you know.
And don't be surprised, a lot of brothers start falling out when these Israelite foreigners looking like these other nations start coming in, you know, because they're gonna be thinking from a carnality
Yeah,
standpoint.
they're gonna be looking at them face value. That word face value.
Judging that book by its cover.
Right.
I'm not even gonna read it.
They said that people gonna be amazed at the strangers and the salvation.
Come.
That's a part of it as well.
All right, Zechariah 13 and 9.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say.
And one thing we know about the elect, all right, they're going to be catching hell, man, because in order to be purified, you got to catch hell. However, you understand, well, we understand through the Spirit that the elect is going to utilize the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, go ahead, bro.
And it said, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is my power.
And right now, in this time frame, that's what we're saying right now, man. Lord willing, you know, we live out that scripture, man, that prophecy is manifested for us. Because at this time frame, we are claiming ourselves as the hopeful elect, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
It's Revelation 21 and 1. It say,
down to 3.
okay. Say, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
And that former heaven and earth that passed away, what is that going into? Esau's rulership. All right, the fashion of Esau's world, man. Go ahead.
And I saw John, the holy city.
Who are the holy city, man? The elect coming down from those chariots, man.
New Jerusalem coming down from the Most High of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
That's right, because the nation of Israel is likened to a comely woman, man.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men,
Mm-hmm.
and he will dwell with them,
That's right.
and they shall be his people.
Right. And how is the Most High going to dwell with men? Because basically you're going to be programmed not to go off. You're going to have those spiritual bodies, man. But you still can still do what you want to do, like these fleshly things. But at the same time frame, you're going to be governed not to go off.
And the Most High himself shall be with them
Mm-hmm.
and be their power.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Was there any more? About he going to wipe away the
Oh
tears?
yeah, that's 4.
Yes.
They say, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
And the reason why the Most High is doing this because they literally the elect caught hell, man. That's what matters, man. You know, going through these motions together, man. You know, that's what keeps you unified. That's what makes you have part. I mean, that's part of that mindset of Yahushua, man. Going through these growing pains together, man. Not based on, you know what I'm saying, what you got or what you don't got, or where the location you are at. That doesn't make sense. It's about what you're doing together, man. But at the same time frame, it's still a single journey for everybody.
Right.
But we all, Lord willing, meet up at the same destination.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And there shall be no more death,
Mm-hmm.
neither sorrow
Mhm.
nor crying,
Mhm.
neither shall there be any more pain.
That's right, because the elect called hell, man.
Right.
And because you're the elect, you're going to be able to sustain, and the Most High is going to reward you beyond measure.
For the former things are passed away.
Yeah, this concept of life, all right, and the things you go through, all of that is going to be blotted out. All right, you got something?
This is Psalm 25 and 14.
You can break it down, bro.
And this is it's one of the things the elect's the Most High gonna give to the elect. The secret of the Most High is with them that fear Him,
Mm-hmm.
and He will show them His covenant.
Mm-hmm.
So the elect gonna fear you. How about Shemashah, man? Because I'm a part of, and all the brothers that push the truth, and the apostles push the truth to sincerity, be part of the elect. We fear the Most High. So we want to try to live right and do right to the brother and keep studying and push the videos out because we fear the Most High. Because the Most High can take you out anytime He wants to. The fear is the key, man. If you have fear of somebody, you fear somebody, you do what you need to do
That's right.
to keep pushing on.
The fear of Yahweh by Shema Shah is going to govern the minds of the elect. That's how they're going to move, man. You know, they're not going to be perfect, but their overall intention, you know, is going to be to please and stay within the will of Yahweh by Shema Shah because they governed by their fear, man. And just like the priest was saying, you know, the elect is a general term, man. You know, because you might have the elect, you know, over here in America, all right, living in 2-story houses in good town America, and then you might have the elect over there in Syria, all right, getting bombs dropped on there. Right now, we speak, man. You know, the elect is spread out everywhere in every location, man. You know, so like the brother said, the elect is a general term, man. You know,
And it says it's the secrets. Most I don't. He not get secret to the 2/3. The 2/3 can't get this book, and they can't read it. Pop can't read one chapter because they don't understand it. Because Most High ain't open the mind up to get it. The secret belongs to the prophets. I see.
I want to read what you just said. This Psalm 147 and 10. He delighted not in the strength of the horse. He taketh not pleasure in the legs of a man. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear Him and those that hope in His mercy.
It's that fear. That fear is the key. So the fear is gonna have you ass in your right mind.
Yeah, what's that scripture states, Apostle Paul calls in the book of Galatians, by the fear of men we persuade men? By the fear of the Most High?
2 Corinthians 5 and 11. I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that.
Just the book of 2 Corinthians. This book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, But we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
That's right, and just like the argument stating, man, hey, through the fear, man, that's why we go hard, man. But it all goes back to that faith Yahweh Hashem Shai is giving you anyway, man. But you know, hey, each day we know, hey, the time is getting close and close, so it brings you a day closer to Yahweh Shai's kingdom. All right, you can end with that, man. Yeah, Revelation 18.
22.
Yeah, Revelation 22:18. Y'all got any other points y'all want to bring up? I should already did. Okay. All right.
This book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Right, because you're going against the doctrine, man. Because, hey, according to the scriptures, that elect is a generalized term, but you are able to identify the elect by their behavior, their behaviors, man, their personality traits, man. Not by the carnality things about how they look and from the outer appearance. No, you have to go with the spirit, man. Y'all got anything else? All right. Hey, Lord willing, y'all was edified. All praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash.
A double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. A shalom.
Shalom.